Martha Raddatz will be hosting This Week later this morning, and Washington Bureau Chief and Political Director Rick Klein. Good morning to you both. Martha, let's go to you first here because you have an interview with the governors of the so-called Blue Wall states this morning. What did you learn from that conversation, and just how critical are these states in deciding this election?
Whit, I sat down with all three Democratic governors of those so-called blue wall states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. So Governor Shapiro, Whitmer, and Evers all together in Pittsburgh on a campaign bus tour. Just a couple of presidential cycles ago, these states were reliable wins for Democratic presidential candidates. Thus, the term blue wall, but not so much anymore. They went from Obama to Trump and barely Biden back in 2020. And right now for Kamala Harris, the polls are extremely tight. The governors expressed confidence that Harris would win, but there is absolutely no guarantee. And these really are must-win states, particularly Pennsylvania. So they're all busy campaigning in those blue states and going door to door. There really is a very strong ground game going on there.
Absolutely. And Rick, let's dig into the latest polling here. Show us how tight this race is getting, especially in those critical swing states.
With the race has shifted in a small but perceptible way, including in those battleground states. About a month ago, right after the ABC debate, Harris had a very narrow edge in the big three battlegrounds, had enough to win the Electoral College. But when you fast forward to the latest polling, you see that lead beginning to narrow. And in the case of Wisconsin, it is erased entirely. Now a dead even race, according to the 538 polling average. And again, about a point difference in places like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. And if you look at the national polling, you see something similar. This race has not been upended, but it has narrowed. Right now, about a 2-point edge in the popular vote, according to the polling average at 538. It hasn't been much more than that for a while, but there has been the slightest bit of movement toward Donald Trump, and in a close race, every tiny bit of a percentage point could matter with.
Absolutely, every vote. And Martha, you'll also be speaking with some key surrogates from both campaigns on your show. We're also seeing some big names on the trail. We mentioned Elon Musk, Lizzo, Usher. Any sense that these celebrity star power surrogates could actually move the needle in this election?
Well, Whit, I have no polling on that, but I got to tell you, they certainly rally the base and make those rallies more exciting. Whether that means votes, we'll have to see, Whit.
All right, Martha Raddatz and Rick Klein, our thanks to you both.